Okay, so what I did is I posted, and I'm going to post a video of just me taking reps, alright? My routine, my comfort in the box, everything that I do personally. If you take a look at my film, and you're going to have to run it back, and you're going to have to pause it after the point to where I make contact and I finish. Normally I finish a little bit higher, but I'm in the basement, so I can't really finish high. But the most important thing throughout every swing that I have is my balance, alright? We do a good job right now, Jay, of getting to our point, to our load point, right? And we've established we're holding back vertically. What is happening right now is what I call the backside collapsing, alright? If I drop my knee, just my right knee, watch my hands. My hands naturally drop. It's very difficult to drop your knee and keep your hands at the same location. So instead of starting tall like we've talked about, we then start from this point right here, alright? Then the hands drop, and then we create the casting effect. Look where my hands are right now when I drop, and watch the back plane. You can be tall. You may be tall, but when you load and break down to attack, this backside is collapsing, and I'll show you in the photo that I have. So watch my hands. Alright, my hands drop. Now look at my bat angle. My bat angle is now pointed towards the backstop. And the only way for me to go, unless I tomahawk chop, that would be the bat plane if I tomahawk chop, through the zone on a level plane. Look how long this is then. If you're tall on the backside, which is what we want to incorporate, take a look at my swings. Tall, hands here, now look at my bat plane. See how much shorter to the ball it is? Other than long, looping, all the way around. Alright? And that's the reason that right now you're having trouble transfer your weight. So here's what you do. Get in your routine. Now, I'm going to say shoulder to shoulder. So your chin starts on your left shoulder and should end up on your right shoulder. Watch. My balance has then shifted from my back foot to my front foot. Alright? So, shoulder to shoulder with your chin. You don't have to over exaggerate it, but just keep in mind, if I drop my backside, look, this comes off my shoulder and my chin is already halfway towards the back shoulder. So when I say keep that front side in, that's basically just keep that chin right there on that shoulder. Front side in. Front side in. Then stay tall with the back leg. We want some bend in it, but we don't want it to drop. When it drops, casting, and then look, 9 times out of 10 what's going to happen is we're going to uppercut. So then, unless we hit the bottom side of that baseball, ball's by us. Alright? And that's the reason that some balls are getting, you're rolling over the top of them is backside collapses, I'm swinging up, and then you're just topping over the ball, okay? Another thing that I want to tell you too is take a look at my feet when you watch my videos. I'm pretty tall from my start point to my finish point. I'm basically in an athletic position. I'm not too overstriding, whatever you want to call it. I'm not too far apart. I'm in a nice, balanced, athletic position, all right? That's where I finish. So basically, if you take a look at my feet work when I swing, remember we did the chin, shoulder to shoulder. Now I want to tell you about your feet. To transfer your weight and to get all the power that you can't get it regardless if you got an uppercut, straight swing, you're not going to get all the weight, all the drive through the ball, all the potential that you have with not shifting your weight to your front foot. All right, you don't allow your hips to open up and come through the zone because everything's still planted back here. Right now, what's going on is you're here, this is dropping, and you're getting stiff-legged. Well, if you're stiff-legged, it's almost impossible. I can't really do it very well, but it's almost impossible to shift your weight to your front foot. So you got to put a little bit of a bend in this front leg, all right? You had a real good approach when you started the season. It was nice. I don't want to change anything that you're doing. It's working out well, but we need to find a way to get that weight to transfer from the back leg to the front leg. Make sure, I'll show you a picture of it, of where the front leg, it's almost locked. All right, it's almost locked. There's no way if I'm right here, look, I can't do that. If I have my leg bent, I can transfer, right? I can transfer. Just for example, say you go punch somebody. A punching bag, not somebody. Punching bag. Look. Or, right? A little bit of bend in that front leg. So we have chin on the front shoulder, ending on the back shoulder. All right? That allows the shoulders to come through. If your shoulders come through, your hips come through. Okay? That's the reason that we're doing that. Now, watch my toes. All right? When I squash the bug and I attack the baseball, I get up on my back foot and I almost push off of this foot like I would a pitching rubber, and then I end up on my front toe. So shoulder, shoulder, toe, toe. All right? Watch my feet. Do you see? I'm not a ballerina, all right? I'm not going to sit here and do this. But do you see the difference in the weight transfer? What I really want you to see is I'm not straight-legged right here when I finish. This can be changed by just shortening up your stride a little bit. So you have a little blue box right here, all right? Try and stay, if this is my blue box over at your house, all right? Try and shorten your stride up a little bit. So end on that front line. Don't worry about getting out in the box. Try and shorten your stride up a little bit. That's going to allow you a little bit more bend in your knee, all right? If you're over stride, that's when you get that stiff leg. Look, I'm right here, overstride, legs locked. If I'm right here, and I go right here, look, I have a little bit of a bend in my leg, and see the weight on my front foot, how it's on my toe, all right? If it ever gets on my heel, remember, just like playing defense, when our weight is on our heels, that's bad news bears. So let's just try and instead of worrying about how am I going to bend my front leg, like, I get it, that's difficult to do, right? Because you're already trying just to make contact with the baseball. So let's just shorten up the stride and see if we can get those results. And make sure that every time the repetition looks great, the swing looks great. What I'm trying to get out of you is all the power that I see, all right? You're going to have a lot of power, but that power, just like pitching, throwing hard isn't just all arm, all right? Throwing hard is using that lower half, and hitting is really driving the ball, not just hitting. When you're slapping the ball down the line, yeah, that has to do with a lot of your hands. But when you get a nice pitch, I want you to be able to drive that baseball. I want you to be able to hit that baseball out of the park, hit doubles, drive in runs. In order for us to do that, we have got to utilize that lower half. We have got to get the transfer from the load point to the front foot. We don't want to be on our backside because we don't have as much power. I mean, there's just not as much power. So here's one swing with my weight on my backside. Just listen. See how my weight is off, all right? I'm overstrided a little bit. I'm still square, all right? But my weight ended up back here because my leg has such a drastic angle to it. Now watch me stay tall on my back leg. Watch me get from my load point, stay tall on my back leg, don't overstride, and listen. All right? So I started right here, right? I ended right here. Look at my toe. Almost every single time, my back foot, I squash the bug, but I don't squash the bug with just the ball of my foot. Squash the bug, rotate this back foot to where your heel is pointed towards the sky. All right? So just focus on that back leg right now, staying tall. All right? Don't let the back leg collapse. If the back leg collapses again, hands are going to drop, uppercut happens. Do everything the same, the way that you're approaching it, your routine, your swing plane, everything. That's great. All I want you to do is not stride so far, and make sure when you start to load and attack the baseball, you do not collapse with the backside. All right? And it's important that I get video and feedback from your dad, because it's the only way that I can correct this and say, yes, we're making adjustments, or no, we're not. We need to switch something up, okay? So load, and I talked with you about staying tall, and that's exactly what this is. Stay tall. Tall. A little bit of bend, all right? You're not as tall here, all right? And look, when I bend my leg, just watch my front foot. All right, it pushes me out farther. Now watch. So I was over the black line when I collapsed because it pushed my weight out. All right, and pushing my weight out and getting that straight leg, again, it pushes your weight backwards. So we want to shorten up the stride, okay? Staying tall on the back leg and then not overstriding like we talked about that one day when we did that soft toss is everything. Good job, bro. You're doing well.